Guys, it's January 1st, 2021. It's time to have a different year. Here's the facts. Most of you do not know how to goal set. The other half don't even do goal setting to begin with. So I'm gonna share with you 9 tips that will change your life. It'll make you more money. It'll help you be more well-rounded. It'll help you go big. Let's go big in 2021. Here's 9 key tips. Let's go. All right, step 1 is the power and the magic of thinking big. So this first step is all about dreaming big in life. What do you want to accomplish? What's out there? It might be this year, it might be next year, it might be in 10 years, it might be in 30 years. Whatever the time frame, doesn't matter. What do you want to do in your life? What do you want to accomplish? Think really, really big. I have goals, you'll see some of them that are really big, and I may hit them, I may not hit them, but by writing them down, and the power of writing them down, the power of dreaming about it, you can accomplish some really, really big things in life. So I want to show you exactly how to do this. There's some mistakes people have made in the past. I think this will really help you. So the first thing you do on the step of thinking big, you break down all 8 areas of life, okay? So I'm going to show you exactly. I did this printout right here, and every year I break this down. So those are the 8 areas of life. It's called the Wheel of Life. I'm going to break down exactly how I do mine. So you break down all the areas: business, finance, health, family, friends, romance, personal growth, fun, spiritual. Think through. This can be different for everybody. Some are going to have a ton of fitness goals. Some people might only have 1 fitness goal. Some people might have a ton of business goals. Some people might not have many. Some people watching this might be a stay-at-home mom. You have a ton of goals for your kids, whereas some people watching this may not have kids. This will be different for every single person. So adapt it to you. I'll share with you some of mine real quick. These are my top 20 goals. I just picked 20 of them. I actually have a sheet that has about 80 goals on it, but I want to show you guys kind of a high-level version of what goal setting looks like. I think all these things are key. It keeps you well-rounded. One of the side notes of this, it's very, very important, and I learned this 4 years ago when I did a CEO program at Harvard, and at Harvard, I met 2 billionaires, and both of them were overweight, divorced, incredible at business and incredible at finances, but they had horrible home lives, horrible fitness, and they weren't that inspiring to be around. It made me realize it's not important in life to do really well at 1 or 2 areas. You want to be well-rounded. So same thing spiritually. It's important for me that you might make all the money in the world, but if you lose focus of God, then then you lost your path in life, right? So same thing across the board: personal growth, fitness, and so on. So this is the whole gamut. I want you guys to schedule out 30 minutes or an hour and sit down and really think through what are the most important things for you spiritually? What are the most important things for your business, for finance, fun, personal growth, romance, family, friends, health? Think about all the goals you have in your life, which leads me to step 2. All right, step 2 is breaking down a timeline for each goal. So in the first step, we're thinking big. There doesn't matter if the goal is next week, next year, in 20 years. You just want to think big. What's everything you want to accomplish in your life? You want to make that list of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 things you want to do in your life. Keep that major list there. The first time you do it will take longer, and the second time you go to do it will be a lot shorter because you already have your 80 things, and you might add 1 or 2 or take 1 or 2 off, or maybe you highlight a few that you've accomplished. So that'll be a work in progress, but the first time you do it will take longer. The second time is actually really easy. Now that when I do mine, the first step's really quick. Which brings you to the second step. Second step, it's important you identify a timeline for each goal. So this might be something you want to accomplish this quarter, this year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and so on. You want to have a number next to each goal. So I'll show you real quick how I do this. So for example, travel. I know right now is an interesting time with travel because we're somewhat limited, but I said I want to travel in 2021. I want to travel to 2 of these countries. So I left mine kind of blank because of COVID. I don't know travel restrictions, but I want to check off 2 of these. So I might say, my goal with Thailand is in the next 2 years. My goal with Australia might be in the next 10 years. I'm not in much of a hurry. My major list that I have on my computer that has the 80 or 90 goals actually has about 30 countries on it. And I have a time frame for each country. So same thing with all this. Build an orphanage. I might not be able to build an orphanage this year, but it's something that I want to do within the next 5 years. So just go through each one, write a book. I want to write a book sometime in the next 1 year. And put a number, a time frame for each goal. You can't, if you don't tie a time frame to it, the likelihood of that goal accomplishing is not as likely. So it's important as you go around this, put a time frame for every single goal you have. And that's step number 2. Hopefully that helps. Okay, step 3, this is when it becomes more real. So we start thinking big picture for life, and then we break down the years. What's really important is when you focus on your life and years ahead, it's hard to really mentally grasp that. I like to think about what I can do this quarter. So we read a book a couple of years ago in our business called The 12-Week Year. And in that book, it says you break down all your goals for life and for a year, you break them down into quarters. And you focus on the quarter ahead. It's something that drastically changed our company. We literally scaled like this. We won number 1 fastest growing company in Sacramento by using this methodology. Don't worry about a year, but worry about a quarter. So I review this sheet every single quarter, and I look at what I can do this quarter. So I'll show you real quick. That your list might be 20, 30, 40 things, but you go through and you say, what can I do this quarter? So for me, a couple that really stick out is the 100 million revenue. How do I get to that in an annual basis? That might be 25 million a quarter. How do I break down that 25 million? So then number 2, we got go from a health perspective, 10% body fat. How do I do that? What workouts do I need to be doing? How do I have a personal trainer? And so on. So that might be 2 things that stick out. There might be over here, tithing. What are the organizations that I want to give money to? What inspires me this quarter? So something you want to think about. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the quarterly thing. Think about all your goals in life, what you want to do for life, for the year, and then for the quarter, and schedule that out. All right, step 4 is the power of focus. It's to identify your big rocks. If you try and think of a list of 30, 40, 50 things, it's really hard to think of that many. I literally take one major goal for the year. What is the goal that will change your life? There's typically one goal, and you know what it is when you look through there, that will change everything. It might be fitness. Hey, if I get in better shape, so many other things in my life will come together. I'll have more self-confidence. I'll want to go on more trips, whatever it might be. For me, usually it's a business goal. If I can hit my really, really big business goal, so for up here this year, mine is build precision medical products to $100 million. If I do that, guess what? Finances are in a good place. It's easy to travel. It's easy to hit life goals, and so on. That one goal can spill over to so many other goals. If I do well on that goal, I can tithe, I can build an orphanage, I can travel to places, I can write a book. Nobody wants to read a book about how a company did not grow. Like they want to read a book about inspiration. How did this company grow to be $1 billion? That is what inspires people. So this is my one goal that sticks out to me that will change everything. So step number 4, identify the big rocks, find out what it is. What is going to be your priority goal for the year? It's only one. You can't go pick 3, 4, 5, 6 priority goals. You pick your one priority goal. That's going to be the one that we break down really, really big, and that becomes our focus. Ask yourself this. If you're stuck between 2, 3, 4 goals, which is the one you want? Ask yourself, at the end of this year, when you look back, if you look back on your year and you hit that one goal, was it a successful year? For me, if I can hit $100 million in revenue and I look back, that will be a really, really good year. So think about that. Think about what sticks out to you. Again, everybody is different. People have different things, but pick that one big rock. What is the one goal that matters most to you? All right, step 5. This is where we take that one major, major big goal and we break it down. We crystallize it. So for me, it's to build a $100 million sales organization. If I flip it over, this is how you crystallize it. you break down that sales goal really, really in depth. Now, whatever your goal is, again, it could be fitness, it could be write a book, it could be whatever your major goal is, but you pick the one goal. When I crystallize my goal, how much is that in revenue per year? So for me, this is $100 million per year. If you're a sales rep, there's a lot of sales reps that follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram. A lot of sales reps, we have over 150 sales reps in our company. It might be a revenue goal that's, per month, amount of customers, new accounts, sales calls per week, referral partners, and so on. Break down your goal. A lot of people like to use the SMART method, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. I actually don't really like that method. I think it's a good starting place. Once you get advanced with it, the one thing I don't like, I tell this to everybody I mentor, cross off the word attainable. I hate the word attainable. I would think big. Nobody wants to have I had an attainable year. It was very attainable. Nobody wants that. Set big, big goals and reach after them, chase after them with reckless abandonment. Let's hit big, big things in 2021. So do the SMART goal setting without the A. Cross out the A, take the A out, and dream really big. But do that and break it down. And that leads me to step number 6, which is schedule. All right, point number 6 is the power of schedule. If you get to this point, step 6, you are ahead of 99% of people that do goal setting. A lot of people do not even make it to this level. So we're in advanced goal setting right now. This is where we get really technical. Now we've already broken down and crystallized our goal. We've got all the numbers. Step 6 says throw it in the schedule. It is really easy when you break down your goals. So if you're a sales rep, for example, how many accounts are you going to see per day, per week, per year? Throw it in your schedule. This is what I'm going to do for each week. This is how many lunches I want to book. This is the referral partners I want to meet with. If it's a fitness goal, how many times are you working out per week? If you're going to work out 5 times per week, what time are you working out at? I'm going to work out at 7 a.m. Throw it in your schedule. I'm going to follow a certain diet. Throw that in your schedule. If you schedule it, the likelihood of you attaining that goal is about 5 times higher. Once it's in the schedule, it's so much easier to work that day by day. So point number 6 is simple, but a lot of people don't do it. Schedule it. All right, point number 7. Only 3 last points left. Point number 7 is the game changer if you want to start hitting big, big things. People that make $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, that's normal. But when people get up to $400,000, $500,000 a year, that's not normal. When people get up to $1 million a year, that's definitely not normal. You're now in the 1%. People that make $10 million a year, that is out of the ordinary, okay? So I'm going to share with you probably the number 1 biggest game changer for us to go from a normal company to a really fast, to the number 1 fastest growing company in all of Sacramento, and what we did. So point number 7 on here that I put is find a mentor. About 8 years ago, I got involved with a CEO organization called Entrepreneurs Organization. This is a group of 13 CEOs, some of the top CEOs in Sacramento that I meet with on a monthly basis. There's about 60 people in the group that we meet with on a quarterly basis. I have done programs at MIT and Harvard through this organization. It's a whole principle, iron sharpens iron. You become like the people you're surrounded by. My mentors have made a big difference in my life. They've corrected my path as a company. I have them look at our strategies, and they give us little tweaks. Finding a mentor is just a sounding board. It's bouncing ideas off somebody to improve your strategy. There's a lot of studies on mentorship and the power mentorship makes. Again, whatever the goal is, if it's fitness, you need to find a fitness coach. You need to find somebody that can, maybe it's a business, you find a motivational coach. Whatever it might be, having a mentor, having a coach makes a significant difference. And I really, really strongly advise whatever your number 1 goal is, you have a coach or a mentor built around that. All right, point number 8, this is actually one of our company's core values. It's celebrate success. In life, it's so much easier to go for the carrot instead of the stick method. It's you want to be chasing a reward, not like a punishment. And so many people do about the goal setting. They fail by April, or a lot of people fail by February or March, and they just give up on their goal for their whole year. So the whole point of the carrot, the whole point of celebrating success, building in a reward for yourself. So we do this a couple different ways. As a company, we create an annual sales trip. Internally, we got our sabbatical trip that we do for employees internally. For Employee of the Year, we have a trip this year we're doing to Tulum. For our sales reps that hit the top sales award, we bring them to Tulum. So that's for the employees. We give them something really, really to push for. For me internally, what really inspires me is throwing a reward that'll motivate me. So last year, a reward for me was I always want to buy my mom a car. And I'm like, if I hit my goals this year and accomplish what I need to, and I've got the finances to do it, I want to buy my mom a car. And I was able to buy her a brand new Tesla this last year. It was something that really inspired me. It pushed me to work harder. And when times are tough, I really want to push through and get that, because I kind of have that vision in my head of buying my mom a car. So whatever it is that motivates you, it could be something really, really small. It could be, hey, I'm gonna go on a staycation locally and just go away for the weekend at the end of the year if I hit this goal. Whatever it might be, just put some kind of reward out there for yourself, and it'll be really, really motivating. Make it a motivation, not a oh, if I don't hit this is like fear-based and non-motivational. So make it motivating and use that. Celebrate success, create a reward system. All right, point number 9, the last point. This is where we review our goals. So you spent all this time and all this energy making these goals, breaking them down, crystallizing it. It's important to be able to see your goals on an annual level, on a daily and weekly basis. So for me, I carry a small goal sheet in my wallet, my top 6 goals that I have personally. On my bathroom mirror, I'll hang a sheet that is my one-pager, kind of like my vision board for life of things I want to accomplish in life, just so I see it all the time. The visualization and the reminders on a daily basis and weekly basis, it makes a big difference. It provides inspiration. It's positivity. So that way, if I'm having a tough day, I look at that goal sheet. I'm like, we got big things to accomplish in life, and there's no need for something little that happened to get me down, and we're just gonna go big. So hopefully that inspires you. Hopefully this video made a difference in your life. Hopefully you can pencil out your goals and something you can apply to your life, and it makes a difference. So see you guys.